Hey friends, let me just fix something real quick. All right. How is your Friday going? How was your week? Let us know in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. Happy Friday. We're at Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet. My name's Ellen. On Fridays, we go live to tell you what's new, what's happening at the store, what's happening out in nature. There's a lot of good stuff happening on. And this week we had some pretty cool things happening in Will County. Our rufous hummingbird has been spotted. Kind of a rare, uncommon sighting, considering they are a western bird. And they do occasionally stagger into our territory, our eastern territory, when we, during migration and things. So it's not totally uncommon, but it is pretty rare. But that's pretty cool. I want to say 2 years ago, one of our customers had a western hummingbird that showed up in the middle of November. So, if you are keeping your hummingbird feeder active and out there and providing it, like I always say, you provide it and they will come. And luckily, a couple people still had hummingbird feeders out, and that rufous hummingbird had some good feeders to, refuel for their journey back towards south, but it's on the western side. So they go down, the other side of the country, whereas most of our ruby throats are kind of going down straight through our area. So it's, like I said, it's kind of random and weird, but it's kind of cool. Juncos have been sighted a lot. I've actually heard of purple finches being seen too at feeders, so keep an eye out for that. We actually we shared a really good post. It was from our favorite Forest Preserve District of Will County, and they did a really good article on how to tell the difference between your house finch and a purple finch, which, maybe I should go into that a little bit, but maybe next week we'll do that. But there are some kind of stark differences, and one of the big ways that you can tell if you're looking at a house finch or a purple finch is that you will only see purple finches in our area in winter. So this is when we're starting to see purple finches coming in, and it's worth taking an extra look out at your feeder. And if you see a lot of house finches typically there, it's good to give it a second look to ensure that you are, if you're perhaps it's a purple finch out there. So it's kind of a cool time of year where we said goodbye to all of our spring and summer visitors, and now we're saying hello to all of our winter residents that are coming in. So that's so much fun. Hey Vicki, hey everyone for joining us. Thank you guys so much. We have some pretty cool things that we're talking about today, and one is definitely we're going to talk about our events. Luckily, I have this bird-friendly coffee here tonight that I've been sipping on all day, because it's just, one, it tastes so good, but two, I know that when I drink it, I'm doing great for my birds, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today too. But before I get into any of it, I want to remind you about some of our events that we have coming up. Tomorrow we are hosting the Forest Preserve District of Will County, and they're coming with a touch table, a wildlife discovery table, and it's all wildlife artifacts. Many of these things you might not actually be able to ever touch other than at an experience like this. For example, if you've ever, not ever touched a turtle shell, or, intricate looked at bird's nests or eggs, or mammal tails of all sorts and things, and different things like that. And it's all going to be things that we can hold in our hands and touch and feel and kind of explore nature through touch. So really cool, from the little kiddos to the adults. Let me tell you, they had a table like this at the Get Gardening Expo in Bolingbrook, and when I was there, I just was dying to get to that table so I could touch the foxtail. And after I touched the foxtail, of course, I invited them out to the store to come do something like this for you guys, because I think if I enjoyed it so much, and I was so eager to get my hands on these artifacts from nature, that I figured you guys would be have the same excitement. So they are going to be here tomorrow from noon to 3 p.m. So they're here tomorrow from noon to 3 p.m. And you can enjoy all that. It's a walk-in. You don't have to stay the whole time. Just come enjoy it. If you're shopping, gift shopping, and you have the kids with you, bring them in. They can enjoy the touch table while you finish up the shopping and all that. Make it easy, real easy with the kids. On Monday, we have our monthly bird outing. We normally meet at Rock Run Preserve, and we typically meet at the Black Road Access. However, there's having some work done at the Black Road Access, so we're going to actually meet here at the store, and we'll head over to the entrance off of Essington from here, from the parking lot. So just meet us here at the store. I'll be outside, out front of the store, and we'll go from here in the parking lot. That way that there's plenty of parking, because I know that parking lot is smaller and there's not always a lot of spaces in the morning. So park here at the store, and we'll head over to Rock Run from a different point, okay? Still, it'll be lots of fun. Please, come enjoy this. Our bird outings are for everyone. And I mean from the little ones to seniors. So any ability, any age, most of Rock Run is paved, and the path that we will go on Monday will be all paved. So it's wonderful if you know someone that's in a wheelchair or, can't accessibly, access nature on rough terrain. This is going to be a perfect walk for you. And of course, from any experience for birding, this is all about learning to appreciate what's in our own backyards. And for my store, especially our store here, Rock Run is our backyard. So I really feel like those are all of our backyard birds. So it'll be a really good time. We should see some winter residents that are here year round, but we should also see some that have migrated in. So looking for those juncos, pine siskins. We'll be on the lookout for all of those guys. The following Saturday is the 23rd, and we have a build your own bird feeder craft. It's made out of wood, and it's a really cool kit. This is a pretty cool kit that we've got. It's $10 a kit, but we make it here in the store. All the supplies are included, and in your kit is actually stickers and paint and things that you guys can take home with you so that you can paint and decorate your feeder once it's all built at home. But a really cool way for kids to experience nature by building their own craft. But of course, great for adults too if you just want to have fun and build your own craft. No judgment on that at all, because I want to do it too. There is limited seats available for this craft, so be sure that you call in to reserve your spot before the day of the event, okay? I recommend at least 3 days before, but if you can call tomorrow, that'd be even better, because then you'll for sure get your spot in. All right, now that we talked about the events, I want to talk about bird-friendly coffee, not just because I've been drinking it all day and pretty much all week, but because our 8 weekends of Christmas promotion this week is bird-friendly coffee and all of our mugs. So if you would like to take advantage of this, it's only online by going to our MyWBU website, and you can get 20% off of all of our bird-friendly coffee and our mugs. No promo code needed, so all you have to do is put the items in your cart, and it will automatically take it off. You'll see it in your cart that each item will be 20% off of our bird-friendly coffee and our mugs. And our mugs are super cute. They're all bird related. So each one is features a different North American bird species. So this one that I have is the North American northern cardinal, but the one I'm drinking out of is my beautiful robin. Oh, I think I'm blocking your view. But if you didn't notice, that there are some other pretty designs on here, and it's usually some kind of native plant. So I really like that it either has the evergreens or berries or different things that signify the bird, which is really nice. These mugs are dishwasher and microwave safe, so really easy to clean, really easy to use. I don't know, are you guys let me know, am I the only one that has to re-warm coffee because you forget where you lose it, or you left it, put it down somewhere, and then you're sticking it into the microwave to re-warm it? Let me know if you do that too, so I'm not the only weirdo that does that. All right. So, bird-friendly coffee. What is it? What makes it so special? And that's what we're going to talk about a lot tonight, because bird-friendly coffee has a really special place in my heart because, one, I love coffee and I love my birds. And one simple way that I know that I can help birds is by drinking and supporting bird-friendly coffee. Now, what exactly is bird-friendly coffee? Well, to put it simply, it comes from farms that provide good habitat for birds. And essentially, it's shade-grown coffee. So I like to show you this little paper here. I'm gonna take it out of this shiny display thing because I think you might get a glare from it. But essentially, shade-grown coffee is grown under the canopy of the trees. All right, so it has a biodiverse environment where it's growing. As opposed to most of our commercially grown coffee, they cut down and clear all vegetation to make way for coffee beans, coffee production. So on bird-friendly Smithsonian certified coffee farms, they are growing under the canopies of the trees, which is absolutely stunning and beautiful, but it's also creating habitat for many of our migratory birds, like our hummingbirds, our orioles, all of those guys that we love to see every spring and summer. They winter down in Latin America and South America, and that's where most of our coffee is coming from. And if we keep supporting commercial growers that are cutting down the canopy trees, the habitat for our birds, they're losing their winter home. They're really losing their forever home because they only come and visit us in spring and summer, but they really live there. And if we want to continue to have them for years and generations to come, we need to make sure that we're protecting that habitat and making smart choices on farms and products that are being sustainable and have a conservation mindset. Okay, so shade-grown coffee is what sometimes bird-friendly coffee is referred to. Actually, is certified organic, meaning that there is no chemicals used in the production of the growth of these beans. Okay, so whether it's pesticides, it's keeping a safe chemical-free habitat, or fertilizers, they don't use any of it. So it's absolutely 100% organic. The other thing about bird-friendly coffee is that it is fair trade. So these farmers, and the Birds and Beans is a company that works with farmers down in Latin America, and they are earning a fair wage for their product. So it's not only doing good for the environment and the birds that we love, but it's also, helping farmers and people in other countries that as they build their own small businesses. So it's kind of a really awesome product and a really cool company that you're supporting. What exactly makes bird-friendly coffee different than any other coffee that's out there? And I'm going to show you exactly why. This little symbol right here, this says bird-friendly Smithsonian certified, okay? That certification logo is a pretty big deal, okay? And why it is because Smithsonian Migratory Bird Center has a bunch of criteria that make something certified for bird friendly. So for example, this is just one of many of the criteria bases, but I remember when I was at a webinar with the Smithsonian Migratory Center, they said that, one of the criteria was that not only does the coffee have to grow under the canopy of the rainforest, but that canopy can't be just one single species of tree. It has to be a biodiverse habitat. So meaning that they need to have 4 or more species of canopy trees in that farm for it to be qualified as bird-friendly coffee. Now that is just one criteria. There are many, which makes it a very rigorous process to be qualified to be bird-friendly. But we know that certification is based on research and scientific studies that proves and shows that if you provide this habitat, birds fare better. So they are making sure that the farms that are qualifying for bird-friendly certification are doing just that. They are making habitat and doing good for the birds, and at the same time creating a really great product that supports that. Now, the other thing too that logo denotes too is that they call it 100% product purity. Meaning, so essentially, sometimes products can get certified, but not all of the product in that. So like, for example, there's the coffee beans, right? This product is 100% pure product purity. Now, some products, some of the beans in here, maybe half of it is not certified, right? But half of it is. And sometimes it meets certain qualifications to be certified for other things, but it's not true 100% product purity. Birds and Beans coffee, all bird-friendly coffee, is certified 100% product purity. So every single bean, every product that's in each of these bags is 100% certified. There is no product that doesn't qualify for certification and they just stuck it in there to make the weight and be able to sell it at that same high cost. Not the case with this. Now it does. They said that per cup of coffee, it's a little bit more expensive per, say, your regular commercial grade coffee per cup. Okay, cents per cup. But let me tell you what those cents per cup do for birds. Huge things. Okay, we're gonna keep their winter habitat. We're gonna keep these species live and going and faring good. So the benefits, I think, way outweigh those few cents per cup that we're paying extra for that bird-friendly coffee. Our Birds and Beans coffee does come from Guatemala. It comes from Latin America. Most of it does come from Guatemala, but there are other bird-friendly suppliers that are out there. But Wild Birds Unlimited in Joliet carries bird-friendly coffee. We carry it in dark decaf. We carry it in medium roast. Medium roast is our green. Our red is our dark roast. And then the blue is the light roast. I also have a limited edition pumpkin spice blend. Now, we brewed some on Tuesday. And let me tell you, tomorrow during the day, we will be brewing more of our pumpkin spice coffee. It is so good, and let me tell you, the smells are free and they are delicious. So, gotta come in, try it out, get a free sample of it, and see what it's all about. I do have whole bean in some of my blends. So, for example, I have whole bean and ground in our pumpkin spice, and I also have whole bean and ground in my medium roast. So, if you are a whole bean kind of person, I still have varieties for you. Now, fun fact, they did a study and asked some expert coffee tasters if bird-friendly coffee tasted better. And believe it or not, they came back and said that it does taste better. It actually has a richer, more complex taste to it. And they believe that is due to the slow growth and maturity of that bean in the shade. So versus in sun-grown coffee, it grows and ripens very quickly and it doesn't have as much flavor in it. So if you really want a really nice flavor, rich, beautiful smelling coffee, try the bird-friendly coffee. It is something special, guys. Gotta do it, okay? So again, for the weekend, from today through Sunday, you can save 20% on all of our bird-friendly coffee by just shopping online at mywbu.com/Joliet. No promo code needed. Just put your bird-friendly coffee and any mugs you like in the cart and it'll come off automatically. Don't forget, Thanksgiving's around the corner, holidays around the corner. Bird-friendly coffee, not only does it taste good, and it does great for your birds, but it makes an awesome hostess gift. I mean, I would be happy. Or if you're hosting, it's worth a while to put out serve some bird-friendly coffee. It'll make for a great conversation starter. around with the family, and you know that you're all doing good by supporting bird-friendly coffee, supporting bird habitat, and their conservation. So how exciting is that? I love the holidays. We get together with family and friends, and it's just such a fun time. What do you guys think? You guys have fun with nature and with your friends and family for the holidays? Yeah, it is amazing. I know, Kathleen. It is good. Hey, Vicki, how are you? Happy Friday. All right, let's get on to the next topic. I'm getting a little hot now. We turned the air off in here when everyone left, and now I'm baking in here. It says you're drinking all my nice warm coffee. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is our Nature Centered podcast. Do you guys know that we have a Nature Centered podcast? Yeah, Wild Birds Unlimited does do a monthly Nature Centered podcast. And essentially it's a if you never know what a podcast is, but essentially it's kind of like listening to the radio, but it's not on the radio. It's all online. And there are topics from everything from enjoying nature to feeding the birds in your own backyard. But it mainly focuses on nature and bird feeding. You can't tell, right? Favorite topics, right? But there are a variety of topics. And if you ever go to our website and our Nature Center podcast tab on our website is it's kind of at the top, but it's on the left-hand side of the menu bar. All right, so you'll see it, Nature Center podcast. You click the link and it'll take you to the podcast home page. And it lists all the other episodes and things like that. So you can listen to the current episode or you can listen to past episodes. They are really, really informative. So if you want to generally learn more about bird feeding or nature or different topics like that, it's a great place to just listen to something. Oftentimes when I'm working, I need something playing in the background so I don't lose my mind and I can focus better. And I turn on the podcast and I just have it playing in the background. And I learned so much from the podcast, and it brings out good topics to think about, or for me, to ask you guys if you've seen this or heard of this. And it's a really very great place to learn more about our favorite hobby and our birds. And the cool thing too is that on the podcast, our main hosts are John Schaus, Chief Naturalist of Wild Birds Unlimited, and also Brian Cunningham, who's also a naturalist at Wild Birds Unlimited. But they also have bringing in guest speakers. So whether it's people from Cornell or all over the place, from some kids that are enjoying the hobby have been featured on there. There are many guest speakers that come and talk about different topics on the podcast. So it's always interesting to hear what new things are happening or what they're talking about, and just get more involved in the hobby than I already am. And it's a lot of fun, and it's very fun to listen to, and you learn a lot about it. But yeah, it comes out every month, so there's a new one every month. And this month's one talked all about Project Feeder Watch. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about Project Feeder Watch tonight to wrap up our Friday Live session today. But I really encourage you to go listen to the podcast on Project Feeder Watch, because it really gives a deep dive into what all it is and how you can participate. And I really wanted to stress that Project Feeder Watch is not something to freak out about or feel like you don't have enough time, because I think one of the biggest issues with Project Feeder Watch is because it starts in November, but it goes through April. We feel that we have to commit so much time to it, and it's during the holidays where we already feel like we're strained with our time that's available. But I want to ease those fears. So tonight we're gonna talk just about that right now. What is Project Feeder Watch? Essentially, it's a survey about birds. It's a survey of birds for science and conservation. So basically, and I know it says feeder in the name, but believe it or not, you don't actually need a feeder to participate in Project Feeder Watch. Your backyard could essentially house habitat without having feeder, right? You could have native plantings that are providing food for birds. You could have water that is providing habitat for birds. So as long as your backyard has a habitat that is attracting birds to that area, it's a great place to do Project Feeder Watch. Now, it doesn't have to be your home. It could be somewhere where you visit frequently, whether it's a park or a preserve or a nature center. You don't have to do it in your own backyard. So it really doesn't matter where you do it or really how long you do it, because you have the option to pick and choose the days and the times that work well to count birds for you. And it doesn't have to be in a lot of regularity. There is a lot of room for flexibility when it comes to Project Feeder Watch. All right. So what do? All right. Count the birds. That's the task at hand. So you just have to count the birds that you are seeing out either at your feeder or in the backyard, wherever you're counting at the space that you're counting at. And after you count it, you enter that data in online at the projectfeederwatch.org site. And once you've put that all in, you actually get to track and understand how birds are doing right around you, right? That's first off. But your data, your counting data, actually goes into a bigger data set that is really understanding bird abundance and distribution. So we are learning a lot more on our little individual data. Is going to a way bigger asset of data that's helping different scientists or conservationists make better decisions and learn more on how we can help our birds. So if we're seeing a lot of birds of one species here, we know that they are faring pretty well. But if we aren't starting to see these birds coming, we start to wonder why and what's going on. And then the scientists can do their job on figuring out why that's happening, and maybe we can do some things with ourselves to help make that change, right? So like I said, it goes from November to April, but it doesn't mean if you don't sign up tomorrow, you're out of luck, you can't join. Nope, not true with Project Feeder Watch. In fact, you can join anytime. So if you wanted to wait until the holidays are over and pick up after, January 2nd and start Project Feeder Watch, then you go for it. Every little bit, every count, every data is going to have a big impact for the birding community. And the other thing too I want to point out is that all people can participate. You don't have to have a bird feeder. You don't have to have property to participate in Project Feeder Watch. If you live in or rent an apartment, you could do Project Feeder Watch still. You don't have to be a certain age. If you are a child or have an adult that can maybe help you get online to enter your data, you can do Project Feeder Watch. If you have a classroom of kids, Project Feeder Watch, right? All abilities, from the most experienced birder to the very beginner. Everyone can participate in Project Feeder Watch, and I think that is what is so special. And there are some things, tools, cool things that they do give you and that you could help you along the way. When you do sign up, they do send you this awesome poster. It is double-sided, so on this side, my favorite side, because it's my eastern birds, these are all of our common feeder birds that are visiting us in the winter. All right. On the reverse side is our western. So if you were ever curious what a stellar jay looks like, you could check out what the stellar jay looks like. There are some similarities, and there are some birds that kind of go between the two zones. But I think it's really cool that they provide you a handy dandy field guide to help you ID some of the birds that you might frequently see at your own feeder. So besides the poster that they'll send you when you sign up, you also can receive, they have all sorts of tools and tracking devices and things like that to help you learn about your birds and what the greater data is going towards to help. It's all on their website, or you could even go on their mobile app. So there's many ways that we can learn about birds, and I think it's a really fun thing to do around winter time. when after the holidays and the hustle bustle of all that gift giving and stuff happens, there is that really nice slowdown. And I don't know about you, I'm like so excited for that time period where it's that slowdown. And it's a beautiful time to take a second to go outside and just watch your birds. It's absolutely stunning. And I think there's no other time like that right after a really busy season where you get to de-stress and really watch your birds. You can take your coffee outside with you and listen to the quiet and see the birds going from feeders or from your bushes, your native plant bushes and things like that. It's absolutely beautiful. And if you're lucky enough to have children or anyone young in your life, invite them to come over on that one morning and experience that. Just sit out in nature and be quiet and enjoy the birds. I'm telling you, that is truly the gift that will keep on giving and giving and giving, because they see so much and they learn so much from being out in nature and watching birds. And after all that hustle bustle, you'd be amazed at how many small children have so much awe and wonder with nature. And after, you know, all the wrapping paper has been pulled and you put all the batteries and all the toys and all that loud noises, and they get to go out and experience quiet and nature. After all of that, oh, they appreciate it so much. And you'll be so much surprised at how much they know and are learning still, and how much you will learn from them to how to slow down and appreciate what's around you. So as you're preparing for this busy season, I invite you to go outside more frequently. Do the little things, right? Smell the smells and see the sights that are around us. Take time. I know it's hard because we're in a culture and a world where it's go, 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 go. But if we settle down and just relax a little bit, we are going to have such a better time, and we will de-stress, because bird watching does help de-stress us and things like that. There are a lot of studies that go towards the physical and mental things that bird watching and being in nature does to you, but I really invite you guys to spend some time in nature this holiday season, because not only is it rewarding and educational, but it's just fun. And I want you to enjoy all the fun that birds have to offer. All right, before I get all teary, because the holiday season always makes me teary. But anyway, don't forget, guys, this weekend only, bird-friendly coffee in our mugs are 20% off. No promo code needed. All you have to do is jump onto our MyWBU site, mywbu.com/Joliet. Put all the items in the cart, and your coffee and your bird mugs are all 20% off. Yes, you can pick it up in store, so you can still come in, see all that touch table, see all the discovery artifacts that are coming tomorrow, pick up the coffee at the discount, and still enjoy your day. Thank you all, guys, everyone, for watching. Let us know in the comments, what is your favorite bird-friendly what is your favorite bird-friendly coffee flavor? If you tried it, if you haven't, definitely stop by tomorrow, because we're going to be brewing some pumpkin spice blend tomorrow for some samples, if you want to come by for that as well. All right, guys, enjoy the holidays, enjoy your birds. We hope to see you this weekend, and if we don't, I'm sure I'll see you during the week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We always appreciate it. Enjoy your birds. All right, have a great one. Bye now.